Nti etu aboba eto ye ewo eye USA koka Donald Trump no ade asa ensem no aboa ababeju Ghana enyasem ketwa na ye di emu nsem ebre mu ana kyerese eye Ghana ye former president John Dramani Mahama ababe kasa ewo ye bema mo just answer na no ma yemfa sa akwanya we so na yema eye bafo kwesi entry ochre a wo ye akwansra hene edema odew etwe so awodapa nana yekase onyame onshaw bebre na oma wo enkwatenten a apomuden ewo muwe efri eye wankasa oba Elvis enyinda ho ena eba ho kyerese onyame ema wonkwa na afisese nso na odaso ete ahodin mu a yare bia enka nana onkwa enye tenten ebusiafo na yetoa ensem ne so dia na kyerese se de ye kano no eye Donald Trump ne issue a itu aboba ekoka no a sabridi etwem anaso eye affected no Ghana ye former president John Dramani Mahama wutu franka ede ama NDC amanyoko no ede ababetu jase sa issue we a ekoso no ade a sebe ewo ensunsuanso kese pa ewo Ghana aba enche ye ba beto no eho na enu etwe mu se issue ne ade bi a sebe akwakoye more of say assassination na to say nanka ye pese ye je Donald Trump enkwa edifin nsema ya de baga na hanum say ya we have a lot of reasons say bibi say ebetimi akoso ewo Ghana hanum say nyasem ketwa yeni aba benis wa how we decide in some way echi ye pa she has the full gist efa nsema John Dramani Mahama ede ababeto ebontin so bi ma kwaba
yeah
so yate nsema John Dramani Mahama ede atuja concerning Donald Trump ne assassination attempt ekoso ebra na oye rally no na nsema wo kan say John Dramani Mahama ni nyina na efa kusise
enti yasa say yehu say US for a try assassination say odi kan no Donald Trump so no na say ichirima sisi ya no waya so tew na so be na ateka cry efe ho an no so ayasema Ghana for enidi etwe pa if say Ghana for hu ne say eba no US so dey na say amoye nkofo ko bi a Ghana for ye should we looking up to them some way somehow no omo ni ye bi ni omo niam bi say ebeka ekrom mienu bi as Ghana for enidi eche when it comes to elections aya na Nigeria ni US if you say ehun say familiarity bi ewo yentem fasa political side no eno and other name some kind bebre Ghana kodua mu ha ye hu say yakase former president John Dramani Mahama so edi medika akọ onu ankasa ni page so awakọ church nsem bebre wo de nsem atudwa chese wan kruche bibia atudwa ni nyina mu no na wo pese wo kire se ayekun papa ebi say ye hwe se US ebe fasa anema we mu ni he Ghana se ne ye nso ye kọ ebi aye ne nam any political de ben ye ekwokoso ne ekuroma ye dene ne whatsoever lots of complaints ne ade ekoso idia na kire se asem yaba ankofo bi ya fa Ghana kro no kra abo mobo bawe no de as a former president no and say an aspiring president no the wait me aka ne say nima bi wo ho no ma e wo se Ghana for ye som den even as ebia na o ma yo madwen say as NDC for no se Nyankopon ya adom no mutimi betena Ghana benwa kese so a wo mu yo madwen say o betimi ma kro no ma flexible ni ma ba ko mienu bi a e be ma Ghana kro no hekra be hwe no wo mu be ye nanso ni nyina mu no sasomdwe ni o man ni mu a e be ye den be nwanwa se o betimi aye enema e be ma kro no hekra be hwe abra kro no ankasa no asomdwe elim na bio no onu ankasa has John Dramani Mahama no ase ehu bi ya abo no Ghana for source ase mi so pa anya asem keto e be bisa se na Dramani Mahama de tani ade ete soldier for e wo ho ne hwanfo bebrebe wo de woni hu e be ye de na so oka references ahodo na e bia ode political ambitions and aspirations any the way we looking up to other people no ye hwe de omo ma ye as in time man senya US omo abato na ye hetu sa na Ghana dey so aye efise nkofo bebe na afele say Joe Biden no say no he is very weak and then he's not supposed to be there as a noun ebi so who say he is the best person say e be fa obi to say Donald Trump there aka Joe Biden so ye into all the better to ho a ohun say obi to say his excellency na Adam Kufuor no Ghana fo bi abre no enyaya anke be yin afri so na e be fo foforo sa na ebi so hu say e be san ye chia kofa John Dramani Mahama there anka ye ma Kufuor ne be san atena so sa anka ye even though ye hu say ewiase aye den na say Ghana mu aye den ni nyina ni ma bi a course we Ghana could do ha ono de toto wo de tim ni ade ade you bet me aka ne so be bom paye say peace every ni wo Ghana but enye sa ade a aha na US again na samba nti amani suro
ni nyina no efa the peaceful election any smooth transition say bia ye besesa the next government they are called the next government say asundwe beba etuo enka because Ghana nkasa de we say yenya ye abakra no common voters registration kra yekum nipa ho yetutuo ho ye a lot of things voters registration and the question book mu say udi wo mu keke na bra no ye dan no ye say okọ ewutu senya east awa kum semba bema ye bonito just so that means the grievances of John Dramani Mahama all boils down to the peaceful election part and say yebenya asundwe because ye share democracy US they started this democracy thing ye share as democracy bi ma minke bia memo ni free omo so omo no kan say no touch ma dia na say the likelihood say
ye no ane
ebetimi atouch ma so that is what John Dramani Mahama can say no say enye den
say no person o tre say obefa Shakespeare nsemo a na opese o kan say Shakespeare kire say the wiase ne ye wono ye nyina yaba say nkonyayifo ana say drama for ye nyina yaba say ye ba be kire talent e platform so a ye nyina ye na mu a kire say obi abe ne de obi a woni role special a obeba abe play ne say mu ntina nko betu ye nyina fo say ubenya role kakra na be play no a ne ye nyina kwa yakọ me emfa ye ho nkwajeje ne ma ne ma boni bie mu a ebe ma Ghana abe stamway somehow na say someway have somehow no emwa ye kra e wo Ghana kudum ha aniti no e wo se ye hwe yie na yetimi boy ho ban se na be ya we nyina eto e ba betwa ensem o kan ye no eno na
that's so this is what exactly from John Dramani maybe you betima pick some points na yentre mu se de be ya ahwefo ebe hu dia eko
internet ensem no na wo screen so no o say the United States is approaching the presidential election in November this year. The stakes have never been this high, reflected in the very partisan and tense political rhetoric on both sides of the Democratic and Republican divide. While the US sits on a knife edge, an assassination attempt on the life of a former president, Donald Trump, has complicated what was already a tense political atmosphere. The incident is still being investigated for motive, but it demonstrates the possible outturn of intense electoral passion and enthusiasm, even in the world's most powerful democracy. And now, I can say, woman, ediba yempono no. Just woman, put am deba no. And I say, yet me akobo bi true. Abra woye ayi e wo no. Just say, yeah, yesua de. Asem kese. What happened in Pennsylvania makes me think even more about the upcoming elections in our country and what we must do to have free, peaceful election and a smooth transition. That's all. You want to come and say, "Yeah, I for the between the transition." No, so Ghana's competitive advantage rests on three main pillars: its people, its bountiful natural resources, and its adherence to the motto of freedom and justice. The first two are endowments given to us by Almighty God, hardworking and peaceful people who deserve to live a better life than they have now. Rich and varied natural resources should be exploited to bring prosperity to many and not to few. Let us GD Sangophobia or Honoma, rich and natural resources. See, Oma Campia go, Macachia, one Monquano moody. Now, so say, I got a free day, or seeing in a it means so emphasis or any quantity could do one side or see a timmy chair. I'm an Subia so Chesunyame. However, justice and freedom are construct that we depend on ourselves to preserve. Okay, we have become accustomed to being admired by African neighbors, and they call us a beacon of democracy, which encapsulates the principle of justice and freedom. We bask in accolades, but are often oblivious that justice and freedom are principles that require constant work to maintain. As a people, we must exercise eternal vigilance to protect our precious possessions of justice and freedom. This is why I continue to advocate and decorum in our political discourse, especially in the run-up to high-stakes elections, such as those we face in December this year. Not just say US to about November.
December, yes.
I'm to November, near to December.
Yes.
Let us say if you hold hano, a quine what, and then they do abano. Our nation.
At this point, he needs space.
Because a home woman, there's just as some way actually, but yeah, someone to hear that. So why does fear?
No, you know, it's this thing happening to Donald Trump, no, it has never happened before.
Oh, okay.
And see that say a cobble man penny to US that US anytime we shall brought for the crowd when they are voting, you can even be in your house and vote.
Yeah.
Who vote we are what they are called post the beko. Unlike Ghana where you have to join a queue
and
then the queue near be with the gallon.
So then yes, a bit scarier.
So yeah, then yes scary no Sebe Nancy I who issues a two question there. But you've know how I said Oma US election ama Obia to. So if for the first time something like this is happening in US and you say it's a time bomb so because nana making common voters registration exercise control within keke because you say within your voters registration and come back again people are giving out shorts and all that. How much more in the US asumdwe ho de bia ne say e kwon si ho a ne ya yenya e kwon keten ne say e betimi spark fire.
Okay.
So I think that's the main concern of John Dramani Mahama, particularly with this issue. Into which what he was saying initially, he was more concerned about peace. So when we preach peace into the ears of Ghanaians,
exactly. And again to us, also resetting our nation. Producer, resetting our nation, rebuilding our shattered economy, strengthening our currency, supporting our farmers, reducing the burden of taxes, and creating decent and well-paid jobs for our young people are agendas that are complicated enough to require our united and undivided attention.
So you see where the problem is. So we say and Mahama meaning that issues relating to the economy, issues relating to the currency, so to say dollar issues with regards to taxes. Taxes are those who chrome hanum say issues regarding jobs, unemployed graduates. These are things that a bit me the confusion about.
Simple.
A bit me there are a lot of issues about and talk about a bit me and all that. So if these things are being solved, NHS you will quite pass on. By US, US, ejuma oho taxes no omuchi akrana omuso exactly. Osha sabi they care for ho from munye kria oho but still eduane omunye eduane di mom hotom so omokra no kra why they fight
is what will call
so what you say yeah they when you so e betimi dey akwan e fi no
wan kasantema ye dey e betu blows
exactly
na so obi aso beti a Ghana harum na wase nipa no asote okay the politicization of the Electoral Commission, the Supreme Court, and the other state institutions involved in the December elections under the Akufo-Addo and Bawumia administration are developments that do not inspire confidence that the will of the wood be allowed to prevail. To paraphrase Shakespeare, this is what I was talking about. The world is a stage, and we all are actors who would come on stage, play different roles, and disappear after our act is over. This overbearing attitude and delusions of grandeur that makes some people believe that this nation is a personal possession, bequeathed to them, has no place in our politics. So Felicia Ghana, like Nipekobi Felicia Ghana, you are there any kind say influence will be a una dem ho na say achimota forest o fa enkoke kan say me enwu obi trim na nipa kwa so nyana adwen say achimota forest em papa de ntino me kwakọ bo ho atwede na o de aba nti ono de in anything he say right here no I think that ofele say Ghana for na o say ye asumdue duku boyeti ye pe be di asumdue duku tutre armor of peace na ye de tena kururem ha nti ye bo the tough and also or say we shall come and go but the nation of Ghana will remain forever and pass on to the generations yet unborn. Ghana is not our personal possession, just as it was not that of our ancestors. It belongs to us all and the many who will come after us. John Dramani Mahama, the former president and the leader of the National Democratic Congress.
Yes, and to know not just say, Onutrema, looking at a lot of things, wabo a year the judicial system, wabo a year
commission,
the electoral commission and all that. Then say these are the people to a Ghana election session. But he feels like they have politicized this because judicial system it has to be free from political influence.
Yeah.
Electoral commission, these are independent bodies.
Also, correct verdicts.
You understand? And to say, I know politicization. They are not just say Ghana. We are in a doom and kasa. So at this point, there we need to preach peace. Say the mayor, whatever happened in US, no, it be NC what have you.
So,
it could be him. It could be anybody. Well, you have more updates. This is what John Dramani Mahama Eka. You have more updated breast.